What's up, guys? Welcome back to my Minecraft world. Welcome back. So I just wanted to take this first kind of minute of the video to kind of just talk about the ending of episode 1 and the excerpts and stuff. And I'm gonna continue doing that. I'm gonna read them in order now because I found excerpts 2 and 3. So we can read them again. I also found a little poem. The latest upload, the kind of the prelude video, had a poem, but it was already read out. The little voice kind of said it. It's about a water cooler, and there's I've kind of noticed within the story, there's themes of a water cooler. I'm wondering if that's just a gimmick or if it means something. Maybe it represents something. I don't really know. But yeah, that'll be at the end of the video. Let me know if you want to kind of have the stories being read as I show you new things. I don't know. I'm kind of just trying to find a format because I noticed the start of the first video, people clicked on and watched it for 45 seconds. I kind of want people to continue reading, or not reading, to continue watching the video so they get to experience the story almost. I'm thinking of maybe naming this excerpt 2 and 3 and a poem. Alright, just starting off the world tour. As you can see, I got a horse right here. I haven't named it, but I do have 3 name tags down in the storage. I decided, I'm an engineer, I know how to make stuff. I can make stuff, and if you look at the channel, there's a little video called Breaking and Placing Iron Trap Doors. That was a video made during psychosis. Alright, so let's flip the lever. Wow. Okay, that's nice. As you can see, this is where the old cow and sheep farm used to be, but I moved it up here! Isn't that cool? I still have sheep. Still have sheep in here. I was thinking of separating them or maybe just slaughtering them. I don't really know. So over here, this is where I'm going to be reading the stories. Just thought it'd be a little nice place. This is also what I imagined when I was reading the first excerpt around a week ago. It was a campfire enshrouded with trees, and there was rustling in the bushes, and then the excerpt ended. So maybe we're in danger. Maybe there's a friendly face that's gonna talk to us. I don't really know. If we just move down here, you might notice that I added a little puddle of water. Let's see if I can make it. Oh yeah, every single time. I still have this area. As you can see, this is looking quite green, This is looking quite nice, right? This is there's bushes and firefly things. I'll actually show you what that looks like during the nighttime. Near the end of the video. Still have the orchard here. Look at the loot. Wow, 9 apples. 9 whole apples. And if you have a keen eye, you might have noticed there's a little hut over here. There's a little hut. By the ocean and greater lake. I kind of built this because I realized I wanted to do some fishing. This isn't one of my best builds. If anything, it's kind of ugly. But I wanted to make a fishing house because it reminded me of when I used to go to the ocean, where I used to live. And there was lake houses and log houses that we had, and frogs and crickets kind of just always talking, always speaking, right? And the docks that were always connected with chains under the water, so you could always just feel the rocking of the dock. And I find, I don't know, I kind of miss that feeling because where I live now is kind of more how should I say this? Not surrounded by the Pacific. I kind of just live in the middle of nowhere, and I reminisce a lot about, you know, the forests and trees. At least here we got a lot of snow. Yeah, that's kind of just what I've done. I've been quite busy these coming weeks, you know, just sorting through the Google Drive. Whoa. You know, just sorting through the Google Drive and kind of just like, you know, just like trying to find stuff, you know what I mean? Trying to piece it all together. I don't really know. It wasn't sent to me. I kind of just found it, which sounds... I realize how stupid that sounds. Like, how could you just find a Google Drive that you don't know exists and stuff? It just... But, I don't know. It just kind of like... a story that... kind of, came to me. I don't know if it has any significance, any ties to what I am. I thought that horse was like a person. That scared me. Sometimes when I look in the distance, I see like outlines of people, and I'm like, what is that? And it's just a horse. Like, if you look at it at a specific angle, it's like kind of scary. I don't know why I'm getting so scared playing this game. But yeah, I'll read the stories. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. I'll show you what the fireflies look like during the nighttime. Okay, so as you can see, there's already like some over here. The bushes are kind of glowing. I think they look so cool. I just love how fireflies and like all of that just looks. It just reminds me so much of, you know, my upbringing when I was a kid, right? I kind of make my environment, you know, make where I was. But fireflies and frogs and, you know, the crickets and the noises that they make, it's so special to me, you know. I just love it so much. Let's go to bed and you know, what's over saying? Hey, this is after recording Dialtone here. I'm gonna be recording and reading the stories in Audacity. It won't be kind of filmed live like it was in the previous video. This is mainly for quality reasons, and I can easily just edit the audio. We're gonna start with... Let me just pull it up here. We're gonna start with excerpt 2. I'm gonna have in like a corner somewhere, I'm gonna put my interpretation of what's going on, kind of like a book club kind of analysis in the corner of what I think. I might also draw what I think characters look like and what environments look like. I'm not very good at drawing, but I kind of just want to practice. Okay, so end of excerpt 1, you hear rustling in the bushes while you're trying to go to sleep and you're by a fire. So excerpt 2 starts like this. The rustling in the bushes gets louder and louder. You see a silhouette of a large monster. You try to move quickly to hide behind a nearby tree, but before you can, the monster approaching the fire is already revealed, uncovered by the bushes. You close your eyes, hoping that if you don't move or breathe, it won't see you. Nothing happens for an entire minute. Not a single sound of movement, just the fire and the crickets and the frogs. You decide you're going to be brave. You open your eyes, and standing exactly 5 feet away from you was a moth, a larger than average one, around 5 feet tall. Her wings are wide open and her 4 arms are at her side. You stare at each other for what feels like years. Not in the hyperbolically bad way, however. You could stay staring at her for an eternity. Her eyes are a beautiful, dark, enchanting black, and I don't think you need me to say this, but her eyes were wide, like a bug. She was a winter moth, scavenging to survive in spring? You realize when thinking about this, you don't even know what season it is anymore. You are out of your depth, because today was going to be different. Her fur is a bright white. Despite her being almost enshrouded in darkness, you are able to see every feature of her face. It is as if she was glowing. Maybe she thinks you're glowing too. Moths are usually only attracted to light, right? A large bright fire is right there and she chooses to stare at you. You close your eyes again. When doing so, you notice you have not blinked. You closing your eyes was not out of fear, but out of necessity. When you open them again, you are face to face with the moth. She is at your eye level. Wow, you think. You want to tell her something, or just say anything to her. You think about telling her how beautiful she is, and she was unlike anything you've ever seen. You don't, however. A stick suddenly breaks behind you. The moth, as a result, gets startled and flies away. You turn around to see what scared off the moth, and it was the water cooler.
So sorry, man. I keep on doing that to people. You would not believe the amount of times I've scared that moth human weirdo away.
It's ironic he calls the moth a weirdo, but gets upset when other people call him a weirdo or treat him like one. You stare at him because you know that makes him upset. He doesn't care.
Oh, you being here actually reminds me of something.
He shows you a water bottle labeled emergency.
I've been meaning to give you this. Only drink when you need to.
He then nudges you.
Reverse time.
You take the water bottle out of his hands.
I would recommend using it at a vital moment. I wouldn't personally want to get into a loop of oogling at the moth girl. I wouldn't blame you, but today is supposed to be different.
He walks past you and sits next to the fire.
This is a lucky spot, you know? The fire was literally right there. Crazy.
You do not want to talk to the water cooler. You don't want to look at it. You don't even want to be the brick wall to this one-sided conversation. You think hate is a strong word, but it perfectly describes how you feel. That moth was something different. The water cooler prevented something different from happening. Ergo, you don't like the water cooler. I guess the water cooler is something different as well, but it's not a good different. You hate the feeling the water cooler brings you. You wish you could reverse time before you met him. You wish you got wherever this place is without the help of the water cooler. While in your deep thought of how much you hate the water cooler, he disappears again. You hate that gimmick. You close your eyes and hope to be woken up by the moth. Okay. That wasn't particularly what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting a monster and we'd have to run away and we'd go to the house or something. The moth is like interesting. I wonder if they'll ever show up. I mean, excerpt 3 is right there. I mean, what if we do get woken up by the moth? Okay. Excerpt 3 starts like this. While sleeping, you dream of home, and the moth, and everyone else. You find this weird when you wake up. You barely even know the moth, yet you're so infatuated with it. What other beautiful or interesting creatures lay in this forest? Only time will tell. When you fully awake, stand up, and do your stretches, you notice the fire is gone. It moved. You see a trail it left behind. The house you saw yesterday is also gone. What is going on? You yourself did not move. You're in the exact same spot, but everything else around you did. The house did not leave a trail. Again, you hear rustling in the bushes. Could it be the moth? You wait and you wait for it to be uncovered by the bushes, but then, unexpectedly, comes out a hunter with a bow strapped to his back and glass bottles tied to his waist. He was like you, in a way. He notices you and walks up to you. His face is entirely covered. He's wearing a hat, and the article of clothing covering his face is a bandana and part of his jacket. He smells like the trees and the dew you smell after it rains. He notices something on your shirt. He pinches the cloth and lifts it, showing it to your face. There are little tiny holes in the shirt, almost as if it was a caterpillar eating your shirt as if it were leaves.
This, right here on your shirt, is a sign of a winter moth.
The hunter jumps around and does a little dance.
Did you see it, son?
He waits in anticipation for your answer. You nod your head. He starts jumping around and cheering.
Yes! Finally!
He begins shaking your hand aggressively.
They call me the bug thief. I've been here ever since the fire learned to walk.
He covers his mouth as if he were telling a secret.
Which is a really long time, by the way.
He stands proudly and poses like Superman.
All the bugs know my name, and I've almost caught them all.
He taps his head.
Hopefully there aren't any I'm not aware of.
He pulls out a notebook out of his jacket.
Let's see here. It's been a while ever since I've needed to read a guide on how to catch a bug. Winter moth. Oh, there it is.
He takes a moment to read the guide, and he even shows you a picture of it.
Follow the moving fire and they might show up.
He sighs.
Nobody's ever caught a winter moth, let alone even see one in its full glory. It's elusive, so catching it will be hard.
He kind of props up his entire body like he's got an idea.
How about you come with me and help me find this winter moth? I doubt I'd be able to catch it on my own. I can't hunt with the same ability as when I was young. I haven't met anyone new since the...
He stops.
Well, whatever. I've got you now.
He grabs your hand and starts moving with a purpose. He notices something in your other hand, though.
What's that, son?
You give it to him.
Oh.
He pauses and kneels down to be at eye level with you, still holding your hand.
I'll just put it in my bag, so you don't have to carry it. Is that okay?
He is hiding something, but if he were going to hurt you, he would have done so already. You nod your head in agreement.
Great!
He begins speed walking again, dragging you with him.
We can find the moving fire by looking to the sky and searching for smoke. The fire moves quite fast during the day, so we have to match its pace.
You and the bug thief walk for miles and miles and miles. You see no landmarks and no signs of any civilization. It's just forest. Forever. While on your journey, it starts to rain. There's been bursts of rain every now and then on your journey, but this downpour was different. It was an all-consuming rain, creating massive puddles, and it feels like little bullets are falling on your body. You let go of the bug thief's hand and stand still. He keeps moving for a few steps, and then he turns around and looks at you.
Tired? Okay, I'll tell you what. There's a cave a few more meters this way. You can use it to shield yourself from the rain. I will not be staying with you, however. I need to keep moving. I'll rest for a bit, but catching bugs is my purpose.
You look down in disappointment.
Oh, come on, son. Don't look at the ground like that. I will find you again, I promise. I'm an excellent tracker. They don't call me the bug thief for nothing.
He puts his hand to his hat and traces its fingers along the rim. He then strikes a pose with his scarf and jacket flailing in the wind.
That promise has huge honor, too.
He points at you and chuckles to himself. He grabs your hand and he starts walking towards the direction of the cave.